I'm sure we all can say Mary is the winner in all of this. The shenanigans that Edochie started, he felt he could, one way or the other, manipulate. He thought one way or the other he could kind of sway justice in a direction that suits him. But Mary said, I will not condone. I am not going to accept this foolishness. She swung into action, and being educated and also having a good head on your shoulder and having good advisors around you is a very important, very much important thing. Well, Edochie's legal team right now, their hands is somehow folded and tied up. They have been chained. They cannot operate as they would have wanted to. Why? Because of the action taken by Mary's legal team. And now, Kanayo, he has decided to join, and this, I believe, will further make Edochie realize that you cannot be that terror that you think you are. You cannot bully people. You cannot press on people. Countless colleagues of Edochie, of course, they are not saying they are perfect, and they might have or will or must have done certain things that are despicable, things that are not good to hear. Yeah, we are not saying perfection, and at times one can quickly point and say, oh, but you, this is what you did, this is what you did. How come you are pointing to what I did and you are making it appear as if I am a dirty person and you're a saint? I'm sure that this conversation is there, Edochie or whoever or anyone, or if we are to look inwards, we'll look at ourselves and say, okay, what about me? Are there things that I've done in the past? Are there things that I've done? Are there things that I've said? Are there conversations, action, or whatever that I have involved myself in that should not be? Why am I pointing fingers at Edochie? Why am I saying Edochie is this, Edochie is that, Edochie is that? Well, the truth of the matter is that we need to cleanse our world, our society, and it starts from us and it starts from everybody. You want to look at someone's action and then learn from the mistakes of that person, and then you want to do something great, good to yourself, isn't it? So this is what prompted Kanayo to get involved. Do not forget that there was this podcast thing that happened. Edochie went AWire, started saying hurtful words towards Kanayo and his brother and his own elder brother Link that was on that podcast, on that show. He started saying a lot of things, a host of things like, hey, you, who are you? What do you think? And to Kanayo, what about you? Coming from a divorcee. Now, is it about being divorced? Or is it about polygamy? I think Edochie does not understand this matter. He doesn't understand it at all. It is about bringing your situation to social media. That's the problem here. And that is what Kanayo and Link discussed. He said, look, that is said that the most stupid thing that a man can do is to bring his matter onto social media. It is not right. It is not supposed to be. Anyway, as it is right now, I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this matter, because petitions are ongoing. Edochie is being petitioned because of his delay. He is coming up with different tactics to continuously make sure that this does not come to an end. He's coming with different stories and asking his lawyers, can you look for? There are times that Edochie will not come to court. There are times that he will say he will feign health issues and whatever, just to make sure that it doesn't come to the court. I know you are talking about contempt and all of that. Yeah, well, these things are handled in a way when it comes to family issues. You go to the family court and it's not like it's a criminal case per se, although it might appear like that. So look at the toll on Mary. Mary said it, that all this while that people thought the divorce has started and everything has kick-started, she talked with her friend, one of her friends, and she posted it online and said, look, Mary did not ask me to do this, but I even thought that the divorce had started far back. Not until she told me that the divorce has not even started. that it is just last year, like the mid of last year, that's when they started the process of, mediation and all of those things begin at the beginning. They just don't end marriages like that. They will be hoping and thinking, okay, the separation between you guys, maybe there's a possibility that you guys will come together and resolve your differences. But if they realize that your differences is not being resolved and you guys are not agreeing, which is basically what is happening right now, Mary refused everything. When I say everything, everything. Edochie is also refusing everything. Everything. Meaning all that Mary is requesting for, Edochie is refusing it all. All that Edochie is requesting for, Mary is refusing, and that's when the court comes into it. The court comes into it proper. They come into it properly, and they begin to look at the law and then interpret it to the situation. All situations are not the same, even though they might appear to be. So Kanayo said, look, man, you have made your choice. Don't forget that he's not coming in only because he's not coming in the capacity of a colleague. He also went to law school and he's a lawyer. So he's trying to make things clear to Edochie and whoever out there. Look, this is not how things are supposed to be done. It has come to the point where both of you can no longer stick together again. You can no longer be together, and you guys are having issues as regards this. It's okay, since that's what it is. You know what? I think it's time for you to amend. It's time for you to reposition yourself. It's time for you to kind of care for sanity. It's time for you to pay attention to sanity here. If she said she's out of it, so be it. Let everyone. And the same thing is what the legal representative and advisor of Mary is also onto. Like, mister, you cannot continuously pretend like you are sick. You cannot continuously give excuses and look for lacunas, ways to make sure that this thing extend much more than it should. And I'm like, I've said it times without number. If not for the property thing that they are thinking about, argument about, it's not about, Edochie can no longer fight for, I want you as my wife. Edochie is simply saying, I have not committed adultery. I have not done nothing. I didn't cheat on you. These are the stories that Edochie wants us to believe. Of course, the court is not stupid, but be it as it is. Well, for me, I know it's going to be difficult because Edochie will continue to horn on that property. Like this property, you're not. If not for property, they would have dissolved this, like, moved on. And Edochie will only look at how to take care of his children, which is also a big issue. What Mary is demanding for, what she's demanding from Edochie for those kids, Edochie cannot meet up. And Mary is like, look, I don't have to condone, I don't have to have pity or empathy on if you're, it is what it is. We are no longer together, so I cannot sit down and begin to support you or process anything. It's time that you do the needful. You know how difficult these things are. When a woman is like, look, back then, if you don't have, I support, but this time around, we cannot work with that. You have to give me premium. You have to give premium. Everything has to be paid fully. And Edochie is like, no. I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to accept that. And I'm like, well, it is what it is. So if I look at Edochie and the argument about property here and there, yes, I read comments and people will quickly say, oh, no, don't say that. Edochie didn't bring a lot. It is not Judy's income or support from outside. It is Mary fully. But it doesn't work like that in marriage. Unless you already signed a prenup, you've already had disagreement on, should this marriage break apart? This belongs to this. That belongs to that. But if you've not had that conversation and it is not legally binding, it becomes terrible. It becomes complicated. It becomes critical, like what it is right now. I don't know if you guys can connect to it. It's like saying that because a woman did not bring in enough, and now that the marriage has broken apart, then the man can own everything and chase the woman off. That's what I need you to understand. So it doesn't matter who brought the larger percentage, who was the big earner. It doesn't make a difference here in their own situation, because they did not, at the beginning, they didn't put some of these things, they didn't highlight it, because they weren't thinking of divorce. And if divorce was coming, they didn't kind of want to put that there. Like, and most of the times, people who do this are people who are extremely rich, people who people who are maintaining what they call generational wealth. So they understand money and how quick money can disappear. They know that they have money, and they also know that if they are not marrying into wealth, if they are marrying an average person or someone who is not as wealthy as them, they know that there is a huge possibility of that person getting married to them because of money, have one child or none, and then the person will run away with half of what they own. That's the quickest way to get rich, So, prenup, and that thing, yeah, it must be well written. I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this one. Drop your comments. See you in the next update.